The deal for Marc Guehi is off, ladies and gentlemen. I'm absolutely fuming. I'm so angry. I'm going to tell you exactly why. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let's just get straight into it. Let me show you exactly the news that broke Guehi's heart and the Liverpool fan hearts earlier on today. Major breaking. Marc Guehi is expected to stay at Crystal Palace despite an agreement to take the defender to Liverpool being reached on deadline day. The England international 25 completed at least part of a medical after a fee of 35 million was agreed between the clubs. Personal terms on a 5-year contract to 2030 were also in place. Now, I just want to say this, guys. First and foremost, we have learned a lesson from the summer, and it's a lesson that I have been reiterating from the start of the transfer window. Alexander Isak is right. Alexander Isak was right to kick up a fuss. Alexander Isak was right to not show up to training. Alexander Isak was right to post an Instagram story. Alexander Isak was right to tell the owners, I'm not going to play for this football club because nice guys finished last. All the gaslighting that I was subjected to by every single rival fan telling me how Isak is a snake and look how Guehi is doing things right. This is what happens when you put your future in the hands of an incompetent football club that can't get a transfer over the line and have now actually, over anything, by the way, I actually feel bad for Guehi. Above all, I actually feel bad for the player. All the reports that come out talking about how he was like, completing his medical. He was very happy. He was looking forward to signing for Liverpool Football Club. He wanted to move to happen. And by the way, I urge people, like, after you watch this video, go and check. Obviously, I can't play like the thing with the audio because of copyright reason, but go watch this video, you guys. It's actually one of the saddest things. Like when you watch this video just from a purely humanitarian perspective, regardless who you support, you'll feel why I said what I said about Marc Guehi. It's so sad that they stopped him from getting his dream moves. And look, look, Marc Guehi did everything right. He showed up to training. He didn't kick up a fuss. He didn't cuss out his football club. He didn't post any Instagram stories. He's played all the Premier League games. He's played all the Conference League games. He did everything the right way, which was what suggested at Alexander Isak from the start of the transfer window. But guess what? Marc Guehi actually went through with it. Marc Guehi did everything the right way. He didn't do anything that any rival fan would deem disrespectful. Guess what? The club just disrespected him. So now what? The club, mid-move, just disrespected him and said, nope, you're going to stay. Glasner, let me get on to Glasner for a second. Glasner threatening Crystal Palace to leave if they sell Marc Guehi. That shows me weak ownership. That shows me weak ownership. And the reason why I say weak ownership is the following. Steve Parish, you're an owner. You run this. You allowed yourself to get bullied by a manager. So what happens now if 2 months from now or a month from now, Amorim gets sacked and Man United come calling for Glasner? You think Glasner is going to say, no, I would like to remain at Crystal Palace? 35 million in PSR terms and FFP terms is very important money for Crystal Palace. It's extremely important money. This is money that they could have reinvested into the squad. They're in the Conference League this season. They could have reinvested the money into the squad. They could have improved the squad. They could have done so much with it. They could have spent money in January. That 35 million in PSR terms is massive. It's massive, specifically for the clubs the size of a Crystal Palace. Now, Marc Guehi will probably join Liverpool in January for 10 million, 5 million. Glasner won't even be the manager then. So now becomes the ultimate $1 million question, Mr. Oliver Glasner. When Man United come in for you after they sack Amorim, like a month from now or 2 months from now, whenever he gets sacked, because everyone watching this, regardless who you support, knows deep down that Mr. Ruben Amorim is not going to last as the Manchester United manager. When Glasner goes to Manchester United, is he going to give a you-know-what about Guehi then? Is he going to care about Marc Guehi then when he's saying, P off Palace, F off Palace, I'm going to manage Manchester United? Is he going to care? Hell, he might even become the manager for Leverkusen. You never know. So if any of these big clubs come in for him, Mr. Oliver Glasner, is he going to leave Crystal Palace mid-season? You bet everything that he will leave mid-season. But he stopped Crystal Palace. He stopped Marc Guehi. He stopped Steve Parish. I get it. He won Crystal Palace their first FA Cup, their first trophy since football history. I get it. It's beautiful, beautiful story. No one hates Glasner like that. But if he leaves mid-season to Manchester United or to Arsenal or to whoever club, he just basically screwed over Guehi's chances at living his dream. The guy was mid-completing a medical. There was a goodbye video. Like I said, go watch it. It's very sad. It's very sad to see it now from a just purely human perspective. The guy was denied a dream move for him where he could wear Liverpool colors, win a Premier League, win a Champions League, do everything that he's dreamed of. Why? Because Crystal Palace are incompetent. Because Crystal Palace cannot do anything to save their life correctly this transfer window. I spoke about Guehi first time probably in June or July. I've spoken about Guehi such a long time ago. I really don't even remember when's the first time I spoke about Guehi. Probably 2.5 months ago. But Guehi was respectful, right, guys? Guehi was so respectful towards Crystal Palace, and he didn't disrespect them, and he didn't kick a fuss, and he didn't hand in a transfer request, and he didn't post an Instagram story. Well, guess what? Nice guys finished last, as proven by the Marc Guehi situation. Because Gyökeres told Sporting Lisbon, I refuse to play for the football club. I won't show up to pre-season. And guess what? He got his dream move. Wissa did the same to Brentford, and guess what? He got his dream move. Isak is today announced as a Liverpool player. He got his dream move because he refused to succumb to the do it the right way, do the right thing, show up to preseason, show to training, and then you're going to get your move. I guess I promise you, if Isak did that, he wouldn't be a Liverpool player now because Newcastle are even more incompetent than Crystal Palace are to begin with. Newcastle are even more incompetent than Crystal Palace are to begin with. So now what? Now what? All the rivals, I expect you all to feel bad for Marc Guehi because he did everything the right way. He did it the right way, guys. He didn't disrespect Crystal Palace. He didn't do anything on social media. He's been very respectful. He's clapped up the fans. He said, I am a South London boy. I've been here my whole life. So now what? So now what? You stopped Marc Guehi from having the opportunity of a lifetime representing the biggest club in England in the Champions League, in the Premier League, being a Premier League winner, being a Champions League winner possibly, winning trophies, playing alongside the likes of Isak, playing alongside the likes of Wirtz, playing alongside the likes of Salah, Virgil, Alisson, Gravenberch, McAllister. Dream move for a player like Marc Guehi. Absolute dream move. And look, now it's been stopped. Why? Because the club is incompetent, and that's why I'm pro player. I never said a bad word about Gyökeres. It was a different club. I don't care. I don't care. Because you put your future in the hands of these football clubs, and shout out to Thierry Henry because he said the truest statement. When it's a bad player that no one cares about, fans and media are actually pushing him out of the club. When it's a Garnacho, do you think Man United fans are saying Man United are a disgrace? When we wanted to sell Nunes, do you think Liverpool fans were saying, well, some Darwin fans were saying it, but they're crazy anyway. But do you think any normal Liverpool fan was saying, I don't want Nunes to be gone mid-contract because this is disrespectful? No one says that. But when it's a player that the team wants, people all of a sudden have an opinion on it. It's the same thing with Isak. Guess what? We have learned something this summer, guys. Nice guys finish last. That's just the truth. I promise you, if Marc Guehi put up an Instagram post, kicked up a fuss, took it to social media, Twitter, Insta, everywhere, and he didn't show up to preseason and didn't show up to training, he would have been a Liverpool player already. And Steve Parish, you are someone in a significant position and you allowed yourself to get violated by a manager that at any moment in time could decide to leave you if a bigger club walks in. The hypocrisy, Mr. Glasner. The hypocrisy. That's my thoughts. Glasner has an enemy in me forever now. Crystal Palace Football Club, because of Steve Parish, absolutely useless this transfer window. And that's my opinion on the whole Guehi thing collapsing. This transfer window is still a 10 out of 10 transfer window. And with the arrivals of Isak, Ekitike, and we're not Arsenal fans, we don't make excuses. We should cook. We shall cook. And inshallah, this year we end up winning the Premier League anyway. And by the way, I expect we go back in for Guehi anyway in January. But this has just made our situation a lot more difficult from now until January for literally no reason whatsoever. This has just made our situation difficult from now until January for literally no reason whatsoever. Yeah, lesson learned. Maybe Isak did the right thing all along. Maybe Isak was right. Maybe. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. Peace out.